Hello, I'm Adam Miller, co-host and associate producer for the RPM Show, and welcome to my video review of Wall Street Money Never Sleeps. Now, before I get to the basics of this movie, I just want to first say that there are several plot details that I'm simply not going to tell you because one of the main reasons is because it is too complex to actually put into a video. It's simply a lot of the stuff that happens in this movie and the reasoning and the meaning behind it. It's simply too complex to actually put into actual words that I can actually say in this video. So one of the things I will say off the hand, I will try and say as much as I can, without spoiling anything or giving away too much. But you have to actually go see it to actually watch it and listen to it, because that's the only way you'll actually understand it a lot better than I can actually explain it to you. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I pretty much got it when I watched it last night at the midnight showing. But it's simply too complex to actually put into a short video. So anyway, I'm just going to dive into the few basics and give my actual opinion and thoughts on it. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing with this video. Now, first off, Money Never Sleeps takes place around the financial crisis of 2008. It uses that as a backdrop because it takes place it starts a couple months before that, and then it goes into afterwards when it actually happens. And of course, Gordon Gekko is out there. He's been released from prison, and he's got a new book out. Is Greed Good? The pun there is actually self-explanatory if you've seen the movie Wall Street. But it basically says Gordon Gekko, he's going out there saying this stuff is happening, we could stop it. But anyway, and Shia LaBeouf is actually caught in the middle of it when he's juggling between Gekko, who's also going to be his future father-in-law, and Josh Brolin, who was actually these films' central villain of sorts. But Gordon Gekko, who was the villain in the first Wall Street, he's kind of he's been reformed by his time in prison, so he's he's mellowed out that evilness that he had, that we all grew to know if you watch in Wall Street. But anyway, Shia LaBeouf is caught between finding out what happened to Frank Langella, who plays his boss and mentor at the firm that he works, and of course he soon finds out that maybe Josh Brolin may have had a hand in it, and his bank kind of forced him into it. It's a whole mess. And it's it's more of a caricature of what happened in 2008 when we had the huge financial crisis. But anyway, it's the movie is a well-developed sequel to Wall Street. It's simply a sequel that pretty much could not happen if the timing was right. The first Wall Street came out when you had these real life insider trading scandals. The CEOs, of these Wall Street firms that were just over their heads and just, totally corrupt. And so, that was the perfect time for that. Now, this one, which, Money Never Sleeps, this one actually comes out, during the financial crisis of the worst, I should say, in history since the Great Depression. And, it's just, the timing is right. It's going to talk about stuff that's going on right now. It's current, and it's the right time for it. And so, and it could not have happened any sooner. So Wall Street this one is I must say one of the many movies that I was waiting for this summer. I'm a huge fan of the first Wall Street. I consider it a classic, and I consider this one a very good sequel as well. But I will say it's very hard to top the first Wall Street. Given the fact that it was then and this is now, so the timing the circumstances are different. But anyway. Wall Street Money Never Sleeps, as I said, is a good movie. I mean, I'd probably give it, an 8.5 out of 10. And I give the first one 9.5 out of 10 because it was just that good, But, it still focuses on, your moral center, it's just, about what you would do in these circumstances, what gets me about the Wall Street movies, what the things they do so well is that they, take us on a journey through. And they show us, how all this financial stuff is handled. I mean, I have absolutely no idea how it's done, but just to watch it and know that this is kind of how it goes down in Wall Street, and bank firms, and this is how the financial world operates. And it's just so amazing to watch. you know, how it's all done. And of course, it's amazing to listen to all the corruption, you know, all the stuff that goes on behind closed doors. It's simply amazing. Mesmerizing is the better word. But anyway, Wall Street Money Never Sleeps is I highly recommend it. You know, if you haven't seen Wall Street, then I suggest you actually go rent it and go see it and watch it. And then go see Money Never Sleeps, because it's a good movie. Oliver Stone, who's a director of rather controversial movies, such as if you've watched many of his other stuff, but he's done a lot of controversial stuff. He's a controversial guy, I should say. But anyway, he does get a lot of credit for doing a sequel, because it's actually the first sequel he's ever done to a movie of his. But anyway, Wall Street is a definite recommendation. It's a definite hits right out of the ballpark. It's a good movie. You will not regret it. It's simply worth your time and money. Now, if you go see it, have any questions about it, and want to share your thoughts on it, email me at adam@therpmshow.com. And of course, check out our Facebook page, MySpace page, iTunes, and our YouTube page for more stuff, more videos. And of course, hub pages. Check out articles. I will be posting an article on this sometime later today. So be sure to check that out if you may. So until then, enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend as well. And I will see you next time at the movies whenever I deliver another video. So stay tuned.